Welcome to this short explanation on how to sling load on the Rotorheads server. I will build one tank and show what I do to keep the pace up and be a little bit faster. Yeah, first of all, that's my configuration of the MI8. So I use 40% fuel, or less. I mean, we're operating at a FARP, so it can refuel every time we want. No problem with that. And yeah, I detach the pylons because we don't need them for sling loading, and I don't use any gunners while sling loading without enemies around.
Request refueling.
So I will continue my startup. Our ground crew sets up our helicopter. I use voice attack to command everything for the radio menu. I set up a bunch of commands for the CDLD implementation of Rotorheads, so I can spawn the correct crates and use the right commands to unpack them and so on. That helps with keeping up the pace, because one thing is you can concentrate on flying the helicopter without fiddling with your mouse or keyboard or whatever, and yeah, that helps a lot. And also it's way faster to just do a voice command than clicking through 4 to 5 menus in the communication menu. So when I use voice attack, you will hear the following sound that activates it and that deactivates it. So I configured push to talk for voice control, voice attack.
Rearming complete.
That looks good. I think we are good to go. Don't need to arm the countermeasures probably, but yeah, I often forget it, so I should do it every time I start up. Wind is 1 knot, so nothing to worry about. Normally I will set the needle to the wind direction so that I can so I know which direction the wind blows from, and I keep my helicopter into that direction while sling loading to have the additional airspeed. But 1 knot is, it's nothing to worry about. Auto activation, another thing you should not forget. And some lights so that everybody can see us better. Check unit limits. Leopard 2. And 10 Abrams. Wow. Where are our tanks? Oh man. 5 crates each. I set up my voice attack command for spawning the crates so that I can spawn every crate individually. So one at a time. I could probably set it up so I can spawn 5 with a delay of some seconds between them, so I don't have to say it 5 times in a row. But it is as it is, and I leave it as it is right now. I think that's okay. A little bit annoying, but maybe I have to do it once per tank. So let's get started. Abrams crate. Abrams crate. Abrams crate. Abrams crate. Abrams crate. Next crate. So it shows the next cargo. That's the same as using the communication menu F6 and next cargo command with F1. Now I will trim the helicopter for a hover. So a little bit left aft stick should do the trick. It doesn't have to be perfect, but good to have a... it's better than nothing. So I just need small stick inputs to change my position.
Forward.
So over the first crate.
Forward. 10. In
Keep the
position.
altitude quite low,
You
because
are
I want to keep it low near the ground so I can see the ground texture better to know where I am in relation to the
The
crate.
line is tight. Load is hanging steady.
Get it off the
Take
ground,
it away.
take it away, accelerating, decelerating, dropping the collective a little bit, keep the engine RPM up.
Griffin. I've moved the respawns. I'm gonna get an F-16 to do some seed before restart.
Copy. I've got airfield in sight, so I'll be there in about 5 minutes or so.
On the ground.
Yeah. Good luck. I'll see you in a minute.
Thank you. And thanks for your help, by the way.
That's our first crate delivered. And on to the next crate. Next crate. Flying left-hand circles. Because some MI8 will turn easier.
In position.
Left-hand circles. I went a little bit
In
too far.
position. You are hooked.
Wait until it's hooked, and let's go again.
The line is tight. Load is hanging steady. Take it away.
Keeping it nice and level. Don't descend while decelerating. Don't ascend while accelerating.
10 to ground. 3 to ground. On the ground.
Next crate delivered, and let's go. Next crate.
Right. 30. In position. You are hooked. The line is tight. Load is hanging steady. Take it away. 10 to ground. On the ground.
Next crate.
Right. 30. Forward. In position. Back. 10.
I went a little bit too far again.
In position. You are hooked. The line is tight. Load is hanging steady. Take it away.
So now you should see my inputs better.
To ground. 3 to ground. On the ground.
Next crate.
Right. 30. In position.
Oh.
Back. 10. In position. You are hooked.
Should pay more attention when picking up the crates.
The line
But
is tight. Load is
Yeah.
hanging steady.
nothing
Take
wrong
it
about
away.
correcting a bit.
To ground. 3 to ground. On the ground.
There are 5 crates.
Team, du ska take enough from vidare. Du en seat.
Hope they are far enough away from the FARP. Unpack crate. Works perfectly. And there's an Abrams. So, yeah, that concludes the video, to be honest. Nothing more to say about it. Yeah, I'm trying to look more to the outside, see what the helicopter does, what attitude I have, so bank angle, yaw angle, and no, not yaw angle, pitch angle, working the pedals. It's all about the feeling, to be honest, and hearing what the engine, what the engines and what the rotor RPM said. So when you first get into it, it's good to look at the instruments, of course, and see what numbers are they showing, what's working, what's not working. When you get into VRS or something like that, good thing in the MA8 is you will feel the transition between transitional lift and a hover, because it will rattle, it will sound like it will break apart, to be honest. And yeah, that's great, and I think you can get around it with some practice. In the end, it's all about to know your helicopter, what to expect from it, in certain aspects of the flight. So yeah. So I will add the build process of another tank, just to make sure everything is captured correctly, and you can see every input I give. I mean, it should be okay. You can also see the trim position. There's a little bit right stick and aft stick. I think I said left and aft when I recorded the first one. That's obviously not true, but yeah, you will feel what's right, and you will feel how it should be in the hover. Also depends a lot on what stick you use. I have a Whirlpool base, so it's very smooth in the whole operating range. That helps a lot, because you don't have to overcome any friction in the first degrees of stick movement. So yeah, let's build another Leopard. Leopard crate. Leopard crate. Leopard crate. Leopard crate. Leopard crate. Next crate. Let's go.
Right. 10. Forward in position. You are hooked. Take, the line is tight. Load is hanging steady. Take it away. The ground. 3 on the ground.
Next crate.
Right. 10.
There you could hear I dropped the
Forward in
rotor
position.
RPM quite low,
You are hooked.
because I
Take
decelerated very
attention.
quick,
The line is tight.
but
Load is
it's
hanging
not
steady.
too
Take it
bad
away.
if you are in a light helicopter without a load. I mean, you will feel when, or you will see when the RPM drop too far, because your generators will quit service and your fans will stop spinning in front of you, and you will probably descend very fast,
On the ground.
and probably too fast, because yeah, that's bad. Yeah, but it's a little bit more forgiving when you are in a light helicopter. Next grid.
Right. 10. In position. You are hooked.
Seems like the server is a little bit slow today.
The line is
But
tight. Load is hanging steady.
took around
Take it away.
half a second until the crate was chosen. Sort of an indicator for that. Never sling load when the server is laggy as hell. It will just kill you. Problem with that is the
10.
crate
Ground. On the ground.
is badly synchronized when the server lags, and when it updates the crate position to your helicopter position, the crate can be inside you or something like that, so you will just explode. That's very bad. Next crate.
Forward. 30.
Oh, no, it's
position.
faster. Probably just a small lag.
The line is tight. Load is hanging steady. Take it away.
So as you can see, I don't even use too much collective to accelerate. We are not flying too far, so we don't want to be too fast, because every kph we build up, we have to build down again to drop the crate.
10 to ground. On the ground.
And yeah, just when I decelerated far enough, I start to look at my vertical speed indicator so that I can judge how fast I'm descending, watching one eye to the ground, to the terrain, and the second eye onto the indicator to have a correct data to work with. Next crate. Next crate.
In position. You are hooked. Take, the line is tight. Load is hanging steady. Take it away.
Don't drop the collective too far. I read somewhere that 3 degrees is...
On the ground. Really?
It's a little bit fast. Didn't pay attention to that. Cargo damaged here. Well, cargo damage is not as bad as cargo destroyed, so perhaps that will work nevertheless. I don't see the cargo, so don't know where it went. Unpack crate. Oh, worked. So nothing to worry about. And that's a Leopard. I think that finally concludes the lesson. To be honest, I have nothing more to say about it. If you have any questions, yeah, feel free to ask. I have several tech view files, so if you want to look at it from only the data, what vertical speeds I use, what speed or whatever, I can provide that if you like. Yeah. Other than that, just ask me in Discord. Nugget11 Skeleton is my name there, so you should find me there. And yeah, thanks for watching. Take care. Take care of your loads. And have fun.